प्लीज थे दृष्टि ग्रेवाल जी, राजपाल यादव जी, डायरेक्टर मिस्टर कविराज जी, जितेंद्र जी मजाज जी, प्रोड्यूसर Mr. Sean Ferris, and Rajan Kadagilo, and me Rasan. Thank you.
Good afternoon. If you don't mind, I'll speak in English. The title of the film is Barefoot Warriors. Barefoot Warriors. It's inspired by a true story, a true event. It's a sports-based film based on football. In 1948, just after India's independence, India participated in the very first Olympics, which were held after Second World War, which were held in London, in front of our former rulers. And India participated in a number of sports, hockey being one. In hockey, they came back with a gold medal. But one of the most important teams that India sent to the 1948 Olympics was a football team. And that football team put on a very inspiring performance in front of 17,000 people at Ilford Football Club, which still exists, when they played France. France was a superpower, one of the most powerful football teams in the world at that time. India lost that match to France 2-1. France scored first, then India equalized, then France scored again. But the most important part of that match was, one of the most dramatic moments in the match was that India actually missed 2 penalty kicks. Had they scored, they would have beaten France, and India would probably have gone on to much greater heights in football than what it is today. Due to that performance, even though they lost, they got a standing ovation. 70,000 people stood up and applauded India. And India was playing for the first time under the tricolour, wearing their own nation's colour rather than British India colours. And the team walked off the field proudly. And because of that performance, they were automatically qualified for the 1950 World Cup, which was held in Brazil. India team got ready and they practiced hard, they played a lot of matches. They were ready for the 1950 World Cup. But at the last minute, FIFA, which is the governing body of football, changed the rules that players could no longer play barefoot. And that's where the title Barefoot Warrior comes from. In 1948, India played barefoot, while the rest of the world were wearing shoes. So Indian team could not go to the 1950 World Cup. They stayed behind. And I believe and I feel from there on, India's destiny as a football nation changed forever. We were one of the most powerful countries in football at that time. And now we languish at, I think, number 125 or 115 in the world in ranking. This film is inspired by that event, that match of 1948. It's a contemporary story set in a small Punjab village of today. And we have flashback scenes of the 1940 World Cup. One of the central characters in the film is Mana Singh, who is now an old man, but he's the one who, I fictionalized the character a little bit, he's the one who missed those penalty kicks in 1948. So I won't give away too much of the story, but that's the basis of what the film is all about.
So, limited job, but how Rajpal Yadav, your first choice?
He was my first choice for this character. Rajpalji plays a character called Yogi. Yogi is drives a cab, a taxi, who brings Sean Ferris, a leading Hollywood star of many films and television series, plays Christian. He brings Christians into this village, and their lives come intertwined on this small trip that they take. And
आपकी क्वेश्चन से ही अच्छा लगा कि राजपाल यादव तो क्या कर रहे हैं। जैसे सरकार मुझे एक बार प्रपोजल आया तो मेरे भी दिमाग में यही क्वेश्चन आया था कि मैं क्या करूँगा। लेकिन आप चिंता मत करिए, ये उत्तर भारतीय जो पंजाब में रहता है ड्राइवर है, बहुत ही अच्छा रोल है। और आई एम सो लकी, आई एम वेरी हैप्पी जिस तरीके से अपनी बोलते ना कि इंस्पायर्ड स्टोरी ट्रूथ जैसा सर ने एंड शॉन के साथ जिस तरीके से हमारा ट्रैक है इस फिल्म में बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट और बहुत आई एम वेरी हैप्पी एक्चुअली कि जिस तरीके की फिल्म में बिकॉज होल वर्ल्ड बिकम स्मॉल विलेज एवरीबॉडी नोज एवरीथिंग, तो जो चीज़ें अपनी इंडिया की कुछ ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जिनसे हम लोगों को अगर उनको एक्सपोज करेंगे, उनको बाहर लाएंगे तो बहुत इंस्पिरेशन भी मिलेगा, मोटिवेशन भी मिलेगा और बहुत अच्छा कम्युनिकेशन भी मिलेगा। तो आई थिंक मेरे प्रोड्यूसर साहब से लेकर सबको पूरी टीम को आज पहला दिन है, तो मैं सबको अपनी तरफ से ये कहना चाहूँगा कि इस परिवार का हिस्सा होने में आई एम फीलिंग प्राउड ऑफ माई सेल्फ एंड लेट्स गो व्हाट विल हैपन। थैंक यू।
Sean, how is it about you actually? What's your role in the movie?
A little bit about my character. I play Christian. He is a former professional American soccer player, and he's beyond his or American football player. He's beyond his professional career at this point. He's in India doing other types of business, and he learns very quickly that you've got to have patience in India.
You're playing yourself.
No, I'm not playing myself. Although I will bring elements of myself to the character. He's here to. He's basically kind of on a bit of a spiritual journey. He doesn't realize it though. He finds his higher calling while he's here when he meets Rahul, played by Rajan, and he sees the village kids that are very talented at football, but with no coach and no guidance. And I don't want to give away any more of the story. I think that's about all I can really say. But he's inspired, and it changes his life.
Are you soccer follower?
A little bit. It's not the biggest sport in the U.S. American football is my favorite, but I have always kept an eye on world football.
Who do you follow in Bollywood?
Excuse me?
Who do you follow in Bollywood?
Well, I just got.
Who doesn't?
I don't follow in Bollywood yet, but I will be. After this, I'm sure that we will be having a lot of fun, and I look forward to seeing his other films.
He's a comedian of Bollywood otherwise.
That's why I can't wait to see them. I want to laugh a lot.
गलत इंट्रोडक्शन मत कराओ. आई एम एन एक्टर ऑफ बॉलीवुड. आई एम नॉट कॉमेडियन ऑफ बॉलीवुड. आई एम पास आउट फ्रॉम नेशनल स्कूल ऑफ ड्रामा. ओके, सो आई एम अ 3-dimensional एक्टर. डोंट बी बांधो इन वन फ्रेम.
राजन, आप बताएं इस फिल्म में अपने किरदार
आपकी क्या भूमिका है?
About English, he don't speak.
What role are you playing in this?
So my first name is Rahul, and he's a young boy from the village, and he is a huge football fan and player, and football runs through his blood. His grandfather had played in the 1948 Olympics, and his father was also a prominent football player in India and internationally as well. So throughout the film, you see his journey of him overcoming his past, and also seeing him progress in the world of football as well.
So is this a fictionalized movie or like what?
Reality based.
It's yeah.
Inspired by a true story.
Inspired by the true story, but fictionalized. Yes.
So when is the shoot starting and when is
मेरा नाम दृष्टि करीबाना एंड जो मैं कैरेक्टर प्ले कर रही हैं इस फिल्म के अंदर एक टीचर का कैरेक्टर है जिसका नाम नीरू होता और नीरू देश जो है यार मतलब लव स्वीट सी स्टोरी होना चाहिए फिल्म. सो या आई फीलिंग सो लकी कि मैं कबीरा से ना फाइनली कम कर रही बिकॉज ब्लैक फिल्म मैं देखी थी हमेशा ही थी कि मैं कभी मौका मिलेगा कम करने का. सो फाइनली मैं लुधियाना
हाँ जी, मैं एक कैरेक्टर बखीश सिंह का जो मुन्ना सिंह का बेटा मुन्ना कैरेक्टर प्ले करता. तो बाकी साड़ी सारी प्रोडक्शन टीम ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਲਾਈਨ ਪ੍ਰੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਸ਼ਨ ਦਾ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੰਮ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਉਹ ਆ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੱਡੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਮੇਵਾਰੀ ਤਾਂ ਉਹੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤੂੰ ਕਰੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਦੇਖਾਂਗੇ ਬਖਸ਼ੀਸ਼ ਸਿੰਘ ਦਾ ਕਰਦਾ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਤੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਇੱਕ ਫਿਲਮ ਹੁਣ ਰਿਲੀਜ਼ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ 11 ਮਈ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਕੰਡੇ ਕਵੀ ਭਾਈ ਜੀ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੋਈ
Hello everyone, my name is Neha Arora. I'm playing the role of Rajpal Ji's sister. So, and there's one song also in the
Wedding song.
movie itself, which is a wedding song, and it's by Beatpal Ji. So, yes, I'll be in that particular song. Thank you.
तो आपके सारे डायलॉग्स हिंदी में होंगे राजपाल जी, कुछ वैसा सा टच होगा जैसे एक जो उत्तर प्रदेश के यहाँ पे लोग टैक्सी ड्राइवर है शायद या जो भी है जो वर्क कर रहे हैं पंजाब में, कुछ वैसा सा है?
मुझे ये पता नहीं किसमें डायलॉग होंगे, लेकिन एक बात, जो जिसमें भी डायलॉग होंगे कम्युनिकेशन प्रॉपर होगा, चिंता नहीं।